Why are so many Russian energy executives or Russian executives that have ties to energy passing away this year? What we saw happen last Thursday was Ravel Magadov fell out of a window of the Central Clinical Hospital in Russia, and he passed away. This is the eighth death this year from executives, but really top executives that either have a direct connection to Russian energy or have some level of connection to Russian energy based on the type of business that they were doing. Let's talk about some of the other people that unfortunately passed away. And I want to apologize if I mispronounce some of these names. I'm not used to speaking or pronouncing Russian names, all right? So in late January, Leonid Shulman, who was a top executive at Gazprom, was found dead in the bathroom of his college in the village of Leninsky. There has not yet currently been a cause of his particular death. In February 25th, Alexander Tyluakov, who was another executive at Gazprom, was also found dead in the same village of Leninsky in his particular garage. And according to a media outlet in Russia, investigators found a note near his body. On February 28th, McCall Watford, who was an oil and gas billionaire from Russia while living in England, was found hanged in the garage of his country estate. Right? His death is still considered unexplained. On April 18th, the former vice president of Gazprom Bank, Vladislav Ayovev, was found dead in his Moscow apartment along with his wife and daughter. And authorities are currently reporting this as a murder-suicide. Gazprom Bank is Russia's third largest bank and has a lot of close ties to the energy sector. On April 19th, the former deputy chairman of Novatek, which is Russia's largest liquefied natural gas producer, was found dead in their vacation home in Spain, and the daughter and the wife were also found deceased. The name of that particular person was Sergei Protensenya. So Sergei Protensenya on April 19th was found deceased along with his wife and daughter. Authorities are currently saying now that it was a murder-suicide. In May, the body of a former Lukoil executive, who was also a billionaire, Alexander Subotin, was discovered in the basement of a country house in the Moscow region. And then in July, Yuri Voronov, who was a founder and the CEO of a shipping contractor that services Gazprom's Arctic projects, was found dead of a gunshot wound in the swimming pool of his home in Leninsky. This is the same area that Shulman and Tyluakov died earlier in the year. So in this same area of Leninsky, which is an elite area in St. Petersburg, 3 executives have died since the top of the year. And we can speculate on what is going on. In my opinion, what we're seeing is a transition from people that were currently in this particular space. They're getting pushed out of this space. And it's just really a example of how this particular space operates in Russia. And I think a lot of people really can't really wrap their head around it because it's not something that they are accustomed to. And a lot of, the way we look at things in America, we see this type of stuff as being low level street stuff. But really, this is how the world actually operates. Right. But it's because the people in the middle aren't really exposed to it. They think this type of stuff is just like what gangbangers do. But at the elite levels of our society, people lose their life all the time because they end up on the wrong side of a situation. And the kind of people that they're dealing with don't have any objection to just getting them out of here. And that's just how the game goes. And we saw this happen in the early 90s as Russia was transitioning out of the communist state. What we saw was a power struggle, and a lot of people lost their life as a result of that power struggle because now they were trying to figure out who are going to be the people that are going to preside over Russia. And if we talk about the guy that used to own the New Jersey Nets, I don't know if he currently owns that now. Jay-Z's marketing is that, he's a street guy and he's a ultimate hustler and yada, yada, yada. And, like I said, the average American buys into that. You don't make $40 billion in Russia if you're not running with some extremely serious people. Therefore, the guy that owned I said the New Jersey Nets. I should have said the Brooklyn Nets. The guy that owned the Brooklyn Nets is a serious guy, because you don't become worth $40 billion in that environment in Russia, an environment where people were dropping like flies because of the transitions of power, if you're not running with extremely serious people. And if you're running with extremely serious people, then you're an extremely serious person yourself. You understand me? But like I said, it's because a lot of us, the way we've been socialized, we think these things that go on are like low level behavior. It is in some situations, but in other situations, it's how the game is played at a very high level, because these are billionaires that are being found dead. These are people that have estates, they live in elite areas, and they're being found deceased. These are people where not only they're being found deceased, their wife and their children are also being found deceased. And we're supposed to believe that all of a sudden, these extremely successful people decided to engage in a murder-suicide plot. But this is how things go at this particular level. So I'm not speculating. This is just my own opinion. We want to pray for the families that are involved. We want to pray for the people that are impacted. But in my opinion, there is a transition of power going on in the state of Russia. And as a result, the people that were currently in power have to be removed so a new group of people can get in power. And that's just how the game is played. Hope you got value from it.